Hi, it's Barbara at Package Perfect, and today we're going to show you how to make a beach wedding centerpiece that will be great for other tropical events. The supplies you're going to need for today's project are a metal, plastic, or tin pail in your choice of color. It can be found at your local hardware store. A decorative party net in the color of your choice. And then we're going to use some sand as part of the centerpiece. And if you're fortunate enough to live close to the beach, you can obviously get some sand off the beach. We don't have that luxury here, so we went and bought some play sand at our local garden store. It's very inexpensive. It's about $5 for a 50-pound bag. Some assorted glitter that we're going to add to the sand. And then there's two different types of shells we're going to use. We're going to use an oversized starfish shell, but you could use the shell that you find best for your centerpiece. We've got some assorted smaller shells that we're going to use at the bottom of the centerpiece. And then at the top of the centerpiece, we've got this large sandcastle that also happens to be a candle holder. It's got 3 pockets where you can put some tea light candles, and we're going to put that on top of the centerpiece. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add all of our glitter to the sand. And again, you can use whatever kind you want to. We chose to get a couple different kinds. And we're going to use purple and blue. So I'm going to add some blue. And some purple. And then I got 2 different types of a white. It's got some iridescent in it. So I'm going to stir all that up, and then we're going to take a look. Okay, so I've stirred in all of my various glitters that I have, and you can see it's added some texture and some color to the sand that we're going to use as part of the centerpiece. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the next step. Okay, so in our next step, we're going to add our fish net to the table. We're going to put our bucket in the center of the table, and then depending on the size of the table that you're going to use, we're going to come back and wrap some of the fish net over the top of the bucket so that we can hang our shells. Okay, so because we're using starfish, they will actually hang in the net, so we won't have to worry about gluing them on. And we're just going to put them all the way around the centerpiece, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so now we're going to add the sandcastle to the top of the bucket, and then we're going to take our sand that we added the glitter to, and with a spoon, we're just going to go all the way around. And we don't want to be concerned if it falls off, because that's going to add some more width to the table. And we're going to go all the way around, and then we'll come back and take a look. Okay, so now I've completed adding the sand all the way around the sandcastle. And as you can see, what it does is it makes the sandcastle look like it's attached to the bucket. And then we let the rest of the sand just fall off to the side and around the table. And now we're going to add our smaller shells. Okay, so now we're going to add the smaller shells to the centerpiece. And we're going to add them around the outside of the bucket, and then up on top around the sandcastle. Okay, so now we're going to complete the rest of the centerpiece, and we'll come back and take a look. Okay, so now we've completed our centerpiece, and as you can see, we've added some smaller sandcastle tea light candles around the edge of the centerpiece. And these tea light candles happen to be wedding favors that if you wanted to, You could also use for wedding favors for your guests, as they already come packaged and ready to go. So there you have it. We now have our wedding centerpiece that's completed and ready for your next beach or tropical event.